Now, if we made 3 lists, the first being top 5 guns ever, the second being top 5 favorite guns ever, and the third being top 5 movie guns ever, well, I'd be willing to bet that the HK MP5 would show up on all of those lists. Not only would it show up on all 3, but quite possibly instead of being top 5, it would crack the top 3. And over the last couple of years, we've seen a rise in MP5 clones like the MAC5 here from our friends at SDS Arms. Today, we're going to take this one, do a little reliability testing. We're going to do a little accuracy testing, maybe even get some chrono data, and we're going to have a little fun with features like the folder and the HK slap. We got a lot of work to do, so let's get started. I think we've got a really good sample of ammo today. We've got different types, we've got different casing, we've got different weights. Starting out with the Sterling steel case, 115 grain, this an FMJ. Moving over to some Federal American Eagle, 124 grain, also an FMJ. And then a really weird one here, some Silver Bear. This one, 145 grain, it's zinc-plated cases and a bimetal hollow point. So it should be interesting. All right, let's function test some ammo, put some rounds on steel. We're going to start out with the 115 grain Sterling and see what she does. Not the most compatible ammo. This stuff can be a little picky. We'll see how this little MAC5 handles it. Here we go. Wow, it ran it fine. So that's super good to know. I've got a lot of that Sterling 115 grain steel case, and yeah, not a lot of stuff will run it like that. So, wow, good to know. All right, next up, the 124 grain Federal American Eagle here. I expect no issues with this at all. At all. Here we go. Yep. Ran fine as expected. All right, let's move on to that last one. Now, just for giggles, we're going to try some of this Silver Bear 145 grain. I don't think I've ever shot that stuff in anything ever before. Being zinc case and bimetal hollow point and all of that stuff. It's just a weird cartridge, but we'll see if the old MAC5 here, I say old, the new MAC5, we'll run it. Here we go. Yep, ran that 145 grain really good. Now what I want to do is I want to move on and do a little bit of velocity testing with this thing. Since we're dealing with a large format pistol here, one of the things that I want to do is I want to use the Velociradar chronograph here, and I want to compare some velocities. So we're going to do that with the Sterling 115 grain steel case here. I think I've got some of that loaded up, and we need to get a baseline first. And I think I'm going to do that with a Glock 17 here. We'll see what kind of velocities we get out of this. Then we'll compare them with that MAC5. Here we go. .1028 on the first one there. .1070 on that one. 1071. So that gives us a baseline. Now let's see what happens when we've got the longer barrel. I expect the velocities to be higher, but let's see how much higher, right? It helps if I flip the safety off. All right, 1144. So we are higher, not quite 100 feet a second. Doesn't look like it's going to be. Second shot there. 1138, pretty consistent. What is that, about 60 feet a second or so? Third round here, let's see. Wow, 1207 there. So we got above that 100 feet a second mark there for sure. All right. Let's touch on a few of the features and all that stuff. First of all, very iconic styling and design on this thing, down to the front charging handle, the front sight there, the adjustable rear sight, the safety selector, paddle for the mag release, and this thing is also the roller delay action. Now, these MAC5s are available in several different configurations. This one, I believe it's the SB5 folder configuration there. And down here on the barrel, the configuration and options continue, because not only is it a quick tri-lug style design, but you've got threads on the end of this barrel as well. Now let's shoot for a group and see how accurate this thing can be. We're going to use this 124 grain Federal American Eagle. Got this thing dialed in at roughly about 50 yards. Going to go from the rest here, obviously from the tripod. Ooh, here we go. I will tell you, the ghost ring style, front and rear, and that blade really helps to get a good sight picture. Control my breathing and my trigger pull. And I could not see the holes. They lined up pretty good on the red in the center, though. Last round here, I believe. You guys are seeing this in real time, hopefully. It's not that bad. All right, so you guys got to see that in real time. I've got to walk down there and take a look, so be right back. Wow, even with it being off of a rest, I don't think we can complain about that group at 50 yards. It's pretty awesome. Before I give you my final thoughts on the MAC5 from SDS Arms, I'm curious to know your thoughts. So do me a favor, drop those down in the comment below. As far as reliability today, I think the MAC5, it shined. It really did. We run some funky ammo through this thing, and it did great. As far as accuracy, and props to the sighting system on this thing. But accuracy, it did well. Very iconic look. Overall quality, the fit and the finish is pretty awesome. Nice little features like the tri-lug and threaded barrel design. And then, of course, the folder. And who doesn't love, again, an old HK slap?